Hello. This is part 6 in a series I started a long time ago. Just pick out different series. Um, the Pre-Trib Rapture, part 6. Signs of a Signless event. And this goes along with part 5 when I spoke about the doctrine of eminence within dispensationalism. I would encourage you to check out those 5 videos. They're short videos if you're interested in the pre-trib rapture. Now we're going to let them speak for themselves. We're going to let them speak for themselves of how there's no signs before the rapture. There's no signs. It's a signless event. And yet they put their foot in their mouth. They say, well, it foreshadows signs. They kind of get around it. Because they see signs everywhere. They're putting out books galore. 1948, the super sign of the end. There's signs everywhere. And so they put their foot in their mouth, and it's double talk. It's double talk. That's exactly what it is. Things to Come by John or J. Dwight Pentecost. It's a systematic on eschatology from a dispensational point of view, top scholar at one time. Page 203. To the church, no signs were ever given. The church was told to live in the light of the imminent coming of the Lord, to translate them in His presence. So there's no signs because it's imminent. Check out my video. The doctrine of eminence, the pre-trib rapture, whatever part, the doctrine of eminence. Now we have Mark Hitchcock and Thomas Ice, two top dispensational scholars of today. What do we see here? Page 40. As we consider the passages above, we note that Christ may come at any moment, that the rapture is actually imminent. Only the pre-tribulation view can give a full literal meaning to such an any moment event. Any other understanding of these passages must redefine eminence more loosely than these New Testaments would allow. Dr. John Woodruff says, quote, the exhortation to look for the, quote, the glorious appearing of Christ to His own, Titus 2:13, loses its significance if the tribulation must intervene first. Believers in that case should look for no signs. John Woodruff, and yet he put out a bunch of books on signs. I have some on my PDF here. He put out a book on oil and Armageddon a few years back. So it's double talk. Now we have Tim LaHaye. We have Tim LaHaye in the Rapture. Page 74. No signs before the rapture is the heading here. All the sign prophecies, of which are many, relate to the glorious appearing. Pre-tribulationists are ridiculed by some for writing books about the signs of Christ's coming while insisting that no specific signs exist for the rapture. But these critics overlook an important fact. The signs predicted for the end of the age, which terminate in the glorious appearing, will cast long shadows before them. It's double talk. So he even admits pre-tribulationists are ridiculed by some for writing books about the signs of Christ's coming. And then it's apparently foreshadowing. And here's Mark Hitchcock again in his book, The End. I have the PDF, but I wrote it down here. Here's what he says about there's no signs for the rapture. Chapter 3, the church age is also setting the stage for the end times. I use the term, quote, end times, end quote, to describe the future period of time beginning with the rapture of the church. We do not live in the end times, but there are events foreshadowing, like Tim LaHaye said in Pentecost, the end times, and setting the stage for the coming. Now, chapter 8, later on, quote, The headlines do seem to parallel the biblical end times template. More and more every day, the world events are unfolding exactly as the Bible predicted thousands of years ago. So this is double speak. This is double talk. Amazing stuff. But that should suffice. It's a short series I did. This is part 6. But if you're interested in the pre-tribulation rapture or getting into the doctrine of imminence, I go to their sources. And then we go to the text. But I thought I'd just let them contradict themselves today. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a good Lord's Day. A blessed Lord's Day.